So you want a tour of Kenny Wallace Racing? That's me. Come on in. I love it. All right. Well, this is Kenny Wallace Racing. As I told you all earlier, I ran in 905 NASCAR races, had a wonderful career, and I wanted to move back to St. Louis, Missouri. This is where I was born and raised. This is my shop. Now, the building is 100 feet long by 60 foot deep, but my wife said I have to share some of it. I said, all right, baby. So anyway, the shop is actually 50 by 60. So we start out with a little tour here. When you first walk in, the first thing you're gonna notice is my one and only employee here, Austin Harris. Austin is my tire man, and he does a lot more, but these are our tires. And boy, do we go at it on tires. So, you know, the old saying is, when you have a car, the only 4 things that touch the ground are the tires, and they are really important. So we keep our tires here. We have a shed out there. It's quite the compound here. We have a good time. So the used tires are out there. Now we have a tire machine that Austin runs, and this tire machine, and we have grooving irons and siping irons. It's a lot of work. Let's show you a little bit of the work that goes into these tires. This would be a left front tire. So the tires come like this, and it's a constant process. We're just, you know, grooving them, we're siping them. And then my brother Rusty Wallace, the NASCAR champion, one of the greatest of all time, my brother Rusty says, Herman, why do you wrap those tires up? I said, well, brother, there's oil in these tires. Believe it or not, there's oil in rubber. So when you cut them and open up, there's a theory that air gets to it and it could dry the tire out. So we wrap them up until it's time to use them. Plus, it's a good way to mark on them. And so yeah, this is our tire area. So you see the shop. We'll take you around here. This is my motor cabinet. We keep track of the laps on our motors. So if you come on in here, you'll see that this motor has 11 races on it. Chad Mullins built some of my motors, and so does Daryl Hoffman. You can tell we started September 17th, and we went on down. So now I know how many laps are on that motor. And my wife bought me that for Christmas, and we won the 2012 Summit Summer National Championship. So we like, you know, hey, listen, when we're working in here by ourselves, we like to sell, you know, we like to make ourselves feel good too. So we put up our trophies. And when you put your trophies up, it reminds people. They don't have to ask you, hey, Herman, how many wins you got? I'm like, I don't know, let's count the trophies. So, love our solid sink. We clean our parts in here. Safety Clean, great sponsor of mine. They've been with me forever. This is where we dump our oil. The blue toolbox is legendary. When I was in NASCAR, I bought this. This thing is forever old, and it's just got a lot of quality tools in it. This is what we call our fabrication area. We've got a lot of material in here. We get to run a 3-inch spoiler in 2022 in those cars that I race. So we got some material just in case, but we already got the spoiler on the car. We got 8x10 sheets of sheet metal. Austin's working the camera. As you can see here, we got white sheet metal, black sheet metal, everything in here. And of course, we like carpet on our bench, and it works out real well. So Austin, if you want to turn around, we do a lot of our own sheet metal work. So we got a 4-foot shear. So keep your hands out of the way. Stick that baby in there. Bam. Woo, that's pretty potent. So if you come over here, we got the legendary Mike Mittler bead roller. We got some shrinker stretchers. Then over here is a nice little 4-foot brake. Just, you know, these are the legendary brakes. Been around forever. Got a real nice jet brake. It's pretty nice. And then this is probably the most popular thing in all of auto racing. We got everybody loves these now. These are the new electric pop rivet guns. Keep all our pop rivets in here. My favorite thing, these nice new aluminum, or as my brother Rusty says over in Europe, they call it aluminium. So anyway, we keep that baby right there, keep a lot of our used stuff. Austin, let's show them some of our used sheet metal in the back there. We keep some of the stuff that's used but nice. And 8-foot brake, very important. I bought this used from the great Glenn Boat. Glenn is gone now, but he owned the legendary Boat chassis, or as you guys down south say, Bop chassis. I bought that from Glenn. And so that is needed. That is probably the number one most needed thing in racing. A lot of people don't have 8-foot brakes. I bought that thing next to nothing. So, you know, people around St. Louis say that I'm frugal, and they're right, I am. So as we're rolling, Austin, let's show them some of these trophies right here, buddy. Some of these trophies are from, I gotta be honest with you, I said it go, there's only one racetrack that I've never won at that really bothers me. I've never won at the very tough Highland Speedway in Illinois, but pretty much name it, we've been pretty lucky. We've won throughout the Midwest at about every track. Now I'm sure there's a track I haven't won at, but we've done pretty good. And then Austin just kind of showed, look at all them trophies around there. We are at about 95 dirt wins. Some of these trophies are important to me. This is what started it all. That right there, that was my original dirt win, 2005 Eldora. And I'll never forget Tony Stewart, when we won the 2005 Prelude to the Dream in Eldora. Tony Stewart came up to me in Victory Lane and said, "What was that all about?" I said, "Tony, I don't know, maybe I should be a dirt racer." So here's a picture of that moment. As you can tell, some great drivers. You got Matt Kenseth, Bobby Bonnie, that is Bill Elliott, Kenny Schrader, Kyle Petty, my brother Mike, Kevin Harvick, the great Red Farmer, Ron Capps, the dude, Lasowski, Jeff Green, Tony Stewart, Dave Blaney. But that's what started it all. That's the only reason I race dirt, is Tony Stewart invited me to that 2005 Prelude to the Dream. These benches even have a story to them. The late, great Dale Earnhardt Sr. knew a guy down south, I think his name was Garmin. He said, "Herman, I can get you some benches built." So every time I work on these benches, I think of the late, great Dale Sr. Dale Sr. was the one that pointed me in the right directions. We love these benches. They're bent properly. They're real work benches. They're really nice. We keep a lot of Mobile One product, and I'm a neat freak, as you can tell. So we got everything under there. This area here is where I pack all my wheel bearings, do my grease work. This is called the clean area. Don't mess with my clean area. That's all right here. And then the dirty area is back that way. So come on, let's go to the fabrication, the hardcore. So we got we're putting together a little Christmas present here, so pretend you don't see that. But anyway, this is my chassis department. My plumb bobs, straight edges. When we set our race car up, this is kind of the area we go to. But bolt nut bend, this is funny, right here. So Al Hayna, USMTS racer, had this in his bar. He gave it to me. Me and Schrader thought this was so damn funny. Like, you got a really good friend. Well, the bottom line is, a really good friend would bust your ass for a $7 plastic trophy. So we thought that was funny. Do anything short of killing you, you know, because like Ann Schrader says, Schrader's wife, Ann, she goes, "You men judge your self-worth through how you compete." And so true. But I've hid some of the greatest trophies anybody could ever have. You know, really, I wasn't that very successful in NASCAR, but did some pretty cool stuff. Sit on the pole at Martinsville in the Cup car, and 1997. If you peel around here, this is actually another pole. We set quick time at Bristol, and that's why I got that up there. Bristol's a very difficult track, so in the Cup Series, that was quick time at Bristol. This was a big win just here in 2021. I'm still running a lot of asphalt. And while we in the trophy area, Austin, these are my NASCAR trophies, the bottom shelf. I'm very proud of these because I wasn't that successful in NASCAR, but they mean a lot to me. I got one dirt trophy up here. That was the one and only dirt race right here at home, inside the dome. All my buddies were in town. This was a dream come true. My buddies come watch me inside the dome where the Rams used to play football. We won a big qualifier there, so that was pretty cool. And Bristol's always a great race to win. I am still the mayor of the Xfinity Series, or as you all like to say, the Busch Series. I have the most starts to this day, like 544 starts. We won 3 most popular drivers. So there's some really nice trophies that mean a lot to me. So let's go into the fabrication area real quick. Got some nice electric scales. People say, well, we set them up with load sticks. Well, that's true. We do set our dirt cars up with load sticks. They got sensors. They sense the weight, the rate on that particular area, right front, left front. But we still weigh our car to get the front, the rear percentage, and know what it weighs, and then right to left. So we still keep scales. Love this bandsaw. Love my grinder. I keep material here that I don't want to throw away. That's important to me. Everybody got to have a drill press. Everybody got to pull their motor out of the car. During the winter, we unload our generator, so we put that there. That's the generator that feeds electric to our trailer. Another Dale Earnhardt Senior bench. And of course, we like to keep, this is a great fire extinguisher. This is a gel. This is way better than that powder stuff. So this is excellent. This is the new thing on the market. Not promoting, just saying I've seen it in action. Of course, I can weld. I can't heli arc the way I want to, but my welder, my welding bench, cutting torches. Of course, the most redneck, most famous thing in dirt racing, the legendary cutting wheel, baby. This thing right here is taking the place of every bandsaw there is. I'll tell you what, 10 years ago, this baby come out, I mean, it lit the world up. Everybody stayed quiet about it, but I can promise you, these damn cutting wheels, best thing to be invented in ages. So, we like our nice little, this baby's neat. Miller's got this real nice cutting wheel. I know it's kind of like you cut sheet metal. It's called brain fade. I forgot the exact name. What?
Plasma cutter.
Plasma cutter. Thank you, Austin. Let me show you Austin real quick. Here's Austin. Austin is a good kid. Austin, I appreciate you working the camera, buddy.
Oh, yeah.
Without that man right there, we'd be in deep trouble. Holy moly, we're 13 minutes in, but it's YouTube, so hang in there with me. It's worth it, right? You're getting a tour of the shop. My favorite, right? The old redneck legendary cutoff wheel. These things are nasty. I still got mine going. I don't want to spend the thousands of dollars on the cold cutting wheel. Won't make it one day. I love my Jacks. Got an old redneck Harbor Freight press. Everybody got to have an old redneck Harbor Freight press right there. And we got lead underneath the bench that we keep for the race car. Now, I don't want to hear about how I got on. Hey, you collect lead. Lead's expensive, so you collect it through the years. So that's probably 15 years of collecting lead. Well, we about finished. Come on, let's roll. We'll come around here. Upstairs is where we just keep things, decals, things like that. Somebody said, what's this decal all about? I said, well, this is what's inside my race car. Quickly, I'll show you something. Come here. So, sometimes when we're lined up at a racetrack, be 1 in the morning, I'm thinking, what the hell am I doing being a race car driver? So I'll turn the power switch on, and I'll turn the light on, and you can see when I race, sometimes I look at this decal, and it reminds me why I race. So let me take my wheel off. So that is my mom and dad. That's my dad, Russ, to the right, my mom, Judy, and me. That is in Rolla, Missouri. That's in Rolla, Missouri. And back then, when the races got over, they handed the trophies out. They waited until everything was done. So I look at that picture every once in a while and it calms me down. Sometimes you get to them old tracks and they're like, my God, it's 1 in the morning, let's finish up. So got some pictures up here. I don't like to brag that Dale Earnhardt Sr. was very good to me, but I did run my first NASCAR race in the number 8 GM Goodwrench Chevrolet. Dale Sr. and my brother Rusty Wallace put a deal together, and I run that car in 1989. Let me see, 86, 88, November of 1988, I drove Dale Earnhardt's number 8 Busch Series car at Martinsville, Virginia. NASCAR watched me race. I had to do that for them to approve me. And so here's some nice pictures. Here's Dale Jr., here's Dale Sr., and I'm proud of those pictures. It's part of my journey. And of course, everybody got to have a pooper. That's better than the other word. So we've raced the Brickyard a handful of times, and we put those above the garage areas. Michael Waltrip gave me that because I drove his car once there. And then of course we're finishing up the shop tour. I'm too cheap, I turned all the TVs off. Sometimes we spend time watching TV and not working on the car, so I said to hell with it. Great idea. And then of course my beautiful wife. Just kind of reminds everybody that I love my wife very much. We're high school sweethearts. That's Kim. Look how nervous she is in this damn picture right here. I think this was that was at North Wilkesboro. And I must have been making a pass, and look how nervous she is. Her hair is blonde right here. She's sexy, ain't she? Look how good looking she is. All right then, and then of course, Richmond was probably my best track. We won there 3 times in NASCAR. And then we are out of trophy space, so we started piling them up here. And nice little deal, see where we're going, our schedule, because everybody on my team, all 2 of them, Frankie and Austin, they'll come through that door and the first thing they do is they beeline towards there, because I'm the one that makes the schedule. And they're like, where are we going? And then of course, I decided to retire from Fox Sports. It shocked everybody. People, they'd be negative. They go, oh, Wallace got fired. I'm like, contraire, my friend. I retired. I was tired of traveling. Fox knew it. They couldn't keep me anymore because they knew I just wanted out. So look at this. Look what they did for me. Fox Sports. Out of LA. And we're talking national Fox. They sent me they gave this to me actually. And I think they did end up sending it to me. So anyway, that's the end of the tour. Nice little wooden. Had this thing forever. Somebody made this for me. I don't know who it was, but thank you very much. It's a great conversation piece. It's made of wood. Of course, the car's pulling a wheelie. So, thanks for watching. I know it was long, but it was interesting. Took you to tour. And welcome to YouTube. And I know you can get into a rat hole here, or what they call it, a tube hole. All right, that was a tour of Kenny Wallace Racing. Having the time of my life.